There's been a lot happening. We're in summer here in Gippsland in Australia, and we've just had a lot of rain. In fact, there's meant to be more coming, but I just wanted to show you how beautifully some of these plants are doing. We've had a few warmer days, but it really hasn't been hot. So this Aeonium Mardi Gras is looking spectacular. A lot of the Aeoniums in summer are supposed to go dormant, but this guy's just looking amazing. Then we've got sedum there, which is looking beautiful. Sometimes when it hasn't had very much rain or any watering, it starts to shrink and it looks really interesting. It sort of gets smaller, but it's looking quite plump and beautiful. So we've got that there, and there's a millii over here. So this is a euphorbia, and it's just looking beautiful. Look at those little flowers, absolutely spectacular. So there's a couple of weeds in here that I've got to sort of try and get into. I pulled a few out the other day and they just seem to grow back. I couldn't seem to get down to the roots, but there's a few spent blooms there too. I need to remove those, but have a look at this little area here. Look at that. It's all knitting together so beautifully. So this was one of the new garden beds that I put in not that long ago, and it's looking amazing. There's a crassula there, one of the shriekiest ones, and it's looking gorgeous too. It's grown quite a lot. There's a beautiful calancho there, and it's just looking amazing. So these guys have been just loving the cooler summer. I do think we're going to get a lot of heat fairly soon though. Here are the pots that I did a while ago, so they're looking beautiful as well. So I'll get you in and show you some of these guys. They're looking lovely. So there's a crassula coming out there, but they had a nice drink the other day, so they're quite happy. But they're just looking absolutely beautiful. There's a crested graptivaria there. It's looking happy too. Look at that, just lovely. So if we go over here, these Aeoniums haven't gone dormant either. So these are, I think they're ballerina, Aeonium ballerina. And even these big ones here, none of my Aeoniums have actually gone dormant yet. They usually start to close up. There's some more there. See what I mean? And these guys, like there's my hand there, but that is massive, just looking amazing. Now this, I'm gonna have to cut this back. Have a look at that plant. That has crept all over, like that's crazy. Even that poor frog there, now that's a decent size, has been covered over. So at some stage we're going to have to cut this back. So please excuse the sound of the postie on her motorbike. She's headed off down the street. But yeah, so this needs to be cut back. I'm thinking of putting it in a cutting of it in a hanging basket. I think it would actually be really lovely in a hanging basket where it can't take over. There's a Pachypodium lemerii in there. That's looking beautiful. It's actually got a bit of protection over here because we've got a conifer there. So I've got this big tree. That's huge there. And so that one's actually providing protection. And the Pachypodium is just loving it in there. Look at that. It's definitely living its best life. Now we've got remnants of, I used to have a fairy garden which was actually in pots. So these pots over here are what's left of that. When we had the new fence put in, everything had to be moved. And at some stage I'm hoping to redo that. So that's all of the remnants of that left. So there's little toadstools and little bits of fairy furniture and stuff in there. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but there's definitely some beautiful plants in there that I can reuse, and plus some of the ornaments and things. There's a little house in there and a toadstool. So that's part of the plan, but finding the energy and the time to do everything, I'm finding that, yes, hard work. I was stuck on the couch for a few days with a sore back, and so now that I'm starting to feel better, I've got to be careful I don't overdo it as well. So we can see in there's lots of little bits and pieces of fairy furniture and little ornaments and things. So part of the plan, we're going to redo the fairy garden, which was in these beautiful pots, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, so that's part of the problem too. But I'm really happy with the way that this garden has been going since I put it in. Probably must be about a year ago now. I'll have to check and see. But it's just growing beautifully. Like I said, those weeds, I pulled them out and they're just growing back again. So I've got to get in there and pull those out. If you'd like to see me do some weeding, I can video it if you're keen, but otherwise, sometimes people enjoy seeing other people working. So if you're one of those people and you'd like to see me weeding, feel free to comment below and I will do a video just for you of me weeding. So I'm loving these pots. Look at that. When you go in really close and you see those beautiful little plants in there, oh, just lovely. It makes my heart sing. There's a little cotyledon, I think that's called sticky fingers, and that's in there, and that's hiding up the back there. That just looking beautiful. There's a variegated bear's paw, bear paws, I'm not sure. And then there's lots of different bits and pieces. There's a tiger tooth aloe in there, looking lovely. There's a little gasteria. Can you see that one there? And then of course we've got our anacampseros. So these guys look like they're about to flower. These are the ones that I got seeds from last year. And so you can see there, that one's just about to start coming out. There's another one over here. There's another anacampseros in there. There we go. And so here, these are the flowers here, just about to come out. Can you see that? There we go. They're just opening now. I think they're flowers. I don't think they're seed pods. I'll keep an eye on them and see. Anyway, if we do get some more seed pods, then I'll have to make sure that we do another video where we harvest them together. So looking beautiful in the front garden bed, just lovely. Here's another view of that bit there. I'm especially happy with this. It's just looking beautiful, nice and full. I will have to trim at some stage, but yeah, I'm just really happy with it at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be trimmed, but it's looking beautiful. It will need some maintenance at some stage though. We probably need to cut off these spent bloom spikes and maybe try and propagate some of these leaves. Often the leaves on the actual flower spikes tend to propagate it better than the other kinds of leaves. There's a Fred Ives there that's not looking great. Poor Fred, look at him, he's had a hard day. But I think we've had a few aphids and things. There's ants in there, so often the aphids have ants around with them as well. Can you see those ants moving around in there? I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, we get a few pests and things, but I think the rain's washed a lot of them away, so that's really cool. Anyway, looking beautiful. There's some more ants down there. Yeah, I think I need to make up some spray with some methylated spirits and give them a bit of a squirt. I think there's tiny little white aphids in there, and that's what the ants are doing in there. We do seem to have a lot of ants, so I might have to go around with some surface spray. And we'll finish with the Aeonium Mardi Gras, because they're just absolutely spectacular. And they're not sort of looking really rangy either. See how compact they are? Absolutely beautiful. There's a little ruffled echeveria in there that's kind of hiding too. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's looking really pretty in there as well. And there's agavoides. There you go, looking gorgeous as well, hiding up the back there. So just a little bit of an update. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and this update, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.